You know, I just saw something on Facebook that made me think of something so fondly. And I was thinking about a particular movie I saw called Mortal Kombat back in August '95. I'll never forget that. That's what the guy said at the end of the trailer of Mortal Kombat. The movie was coming out in August '95. So anyway, so I remember being in that movie theater, and for the first time ever in my life, I felt this energy where everybody was screaming at the screen and making fun of the Zootopia commercials and like, not Zootopia, Fanta commercials. Yeah, there was like a commercial for Fanta, and this was kind of a relatively new thing where commercials were being shown in the beginning of movies. Usually it was just like dancing Coca-Cola and dancing Raisinets, movie trailers, and then the movie. But now we got freaking commercials, right? But anyway, that's not the point. I was thinking about that as the first time I went to the movies and heard people screaming at the screen, and then when the New Line Cinema logo comes up and the guy from the movie screams, "Mortal Kombat!" Everybody in the audience lost it. And I always thought of that movie as the first movie that I experienced that kind of energy. But then I realized that's not the case. There was another movie back in 1991 that I saw in theaters. And it was called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. And in this movie, in the very beginning of the movie, it starts, they're playing the theme, sort of a fun version of the theme music. And then they just show a bunch of New Yorkers just eating pizza. And we see Keno picking up his pizza, going to deliver it to a particular location, but gets distracted by a van. And then he sees some people, and he realizes this place is getting robbed. And he actually, defends himself and fights some of these bad guys. But then a whole bunch show up, and then it's like, oh no, he's not gonna be able to fight these guys. And behind him, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show up and start coming down. And I remember now I remember as soon as we saw the turtles and they started to come down the stairs and they jump over Keno, all that's happening. And while that's happening, people in the movie theater started screaming, started going, yay, started getting excited. Kids were clapping. That's the first time I ever experienced that. And that was cool. But it was momentary. It didn't last. It wasn't like people were screaming the whole movie. But that was a cool moment. I like that.